Hi everyone, my name is Connie Measy and I am so thrilled to be here to help you learn how to make a charcuterie board. They are fun, endless possibilities, endless things to build on. Tonight I am going to build mine on our pizza peel. I don't have the Pampered Chef charcuterie board, but it is on my wish list because you can use it more just for than the charcuterie board since it spins. You can use it for cake decorating, just all kinds of endless possibilities. So first thing you want to do is get your board, and they recommend that you use a wood grain board, any type of cutting board, a platter, anything like that. It shows off the colors more when you're doing a charcuterie board. But I have the pizza peel, so that's what I'm going to go with. I just love it. It's beautiful. Hang it on my wall when it's not being used. You could use a cutting board if it doesn't look like mine. Mine are very well used, had them about 20 years. So I probably am due for some new ones, but they still work, so I still like them. I would use a whiteboard for if you're doing a charcuterie board for, say, movie night where there's candies, lots of colors, and that would help it pop as well. So I love color, so we're going to do a lot of color. I'm going to try to keep it where we can see it. The first thing I want to do is get a little prep work done out of the way. I am going to make some homemade garlic butter. Forgot to put the garlic on my table. And so I grabbed my garlic. So there's two different kinds of tools that we have for garlic. There is our garlic peeler. So you just slide your piece of garlic inside. You'll hear the peel come off. Just roll it back and forth. And broke into smaller pieces, I'm going to put it in again. And then you can use the slicer. Using the slicer doesn't give you quite as powerful of a flavor of garlic. But so if you want just a little hint of garlic, I'll show you some of the slices. You get some nice slices for, say, salad, tacos, anything like that you want to do. What I use for my garlic butter, though, is our garlic press. One thing that's nice about the garlic press is you don't have to peel it. You just take your hunk of garlic, put it in, press. I like pressing my garlic because you get more of a potent taste of garlic, which is great for your garlic breads. You don't have to touch anything sticky in here. It comes with a little tool that you can pop the garlic peel out. So if you want to add another piece or two, if I can find another piece. Some good strong garlic bread. So I'm going to mix that up. Set my mess aside because we're going to need the cutting board. I always tell my daughter I'm probably the messiest cook there is, so sorry for that. So we're just going to mix in the garlic. Just get it nice and stirred. So I want to use, for on our charcuterie board, you want to have different types of crackers, textures, flavors. So I'm going to take my French baguette. And if you don't have the Pampered Chef knives and you want to invest in knives, I highly recommend them. They are a German, or high carbon German forged steel knives. They have a lifetime warranty as long as you're not using them for commercial use. Bread knife is amazing. No more squished bread. So I'm just going to cut some of my bread. And then I like it warm and a little bit toasted for my charcuterie boards. So I'm going to put some of my butter on it, and then I'm going to pop it into my air fryer on bake for just a couple of minutes. So the next thing we'll be building is starting on our charcuterie board. Charcuterie boards are mainly used for cured meats, so like your prosciutto and your salamis. I went more salami with mine, and I have a non-cured meat because it doesn't have to be cured. Who says we have to follow the rules, right? So I have some ham. I meant to get some roast beef at the store, but you know how we all get distracted at the store. So I'm just gonna grab a tray out of my air fryer, pop these on. Just turn it to bake, and we're only going to do it for a couple of minutes, just enough to warm it up and melt it. So the next thing we're going to add to our board, get some stuff out of the way here, is our cheeses. So on a charcuterie board, they usually say a hard cheese. So I went with a Parmesan, but I don't really want to put this whole chunk on my board since I'm just using the pizza peel. I feel like that would be too much on there, and I have too many goodies that I want to add to mine. So I have my Charcuterie knife, which is one of my favorite knives to cut with. And I'm just going to cut my hard Parmesan cheese just a little bit smaller. And since you want to be able to pick up some of it or have your guests know that they can cut it up, I'm just going to cut some chunks on it so I have a nice little pile on the end. And then I also have a Colby Jack. And again, not necessarily your traditional cheese, but it's one we like, so we're going to use it. If you think about it, it's kind of like an adult Lunchable. I mean, if you think of what the kids get in their lunches these days, right? So you just want to spread out your cheeses so they're kind of all in a different place. My next one, oops, I can grab it out of the fridge, sorry. My next cheese is a soft cheese. So I went with a cream cheese. And so I have little triangles. I froze them a little bit just so they're more solid for my display. Oh, and there are breads done already. So I'm just going to lay them however. The other thing with your charcuterie board is you want lots of not only textures and flavors, but different heights, different colors, just anything to make it eye appealing. Doesn't have to be the word fancy. So let's add some meats now that we have our cheeses on there. So I have some Genoa salami. And I am just going to make a pile of it. So it's easy to grab. There's all kinds of different ways you can add. And then, depending on if you're doing for a birthday party, a family gathering, we'll be determining, kind of the amount of meats that you want to put on your charcuterie board. If you have a big group coming over, you might want to make a couple, but they can be done for any holiday, any theme. In searching for them, I found some like the Thanksgiving themes that had pumpkins, the little mini pumpkins as a decoration. I've seen, I posted pictures of a kid one that really did look like a Lunchable. So here's some hard salami. They cut it pretty thin for me at the deli, so what I think I'll do with this one is do a folded fan. So just fold and create your fan, and just do something like this. We'll put it maybe over here by the Parmesan and do another layer just so there's more than 4 pieces on there. Oop. All right, I'm gonna toast those just a little bit more. Oops, wrong way. I love our air fryer. One of the sweet things that I bought for my charcuterie board is mangoes, dried mangoes, and unfortunately I didn't have time to do them in the air fryer myself, which I love to do. We've done dried mangoes, we've done jerky, lots of chicken, lots of everything in our air fryer. So I got my sliced ham. I think this time I'll roll it. We'll just do some rolls. We have a different look. Some garlic. And I think when I do this, I might prop it up on the block of cheddar just to add a different level. If you hear background noises, I'm sorry. My children aren't home, but my animals are still here. So I have cats going crazy. And my bulldog, who I will introduce at the end, who thinks or hopes that I drop something. So I'm just, can't really see it. I'll turn it out a little bit. So I'm adding it just kind of, again, doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted a little bit different height. So we have that. The one thing I did forget to add or want to tell you about is some of our sauces. We have a raspberry habanero, and this one is probably my favorite, the spicy pineapple rum. And you can, it's great for even on ice cream. I know that sounds kind of strange, but it is good on vanilla ice cream. But I'm just going to put some of it across the cream cheese. Just one for color, two for a little extra flavor. It's great marinade. We're actually going to use it a little bit later. My husband bought some giant shrimp, so we're going to use it on some shrimp. So we're just going to add that. So we've got our cheeses, we've got our meats. The next thing that you want to add is your like brine items like your pickles and your olives. So you can add them in little bowls. I have some of our 1 cup prep bowls, or you know, if you have just random bowls around the house, whatever size, they don't have to be all the same. I even have some little white plastic ones that I use as well. So I think I'll go with this one. Maybe I'll stick them over here kind of in the corner, of course, where you guys can't see them. Keep telling my husband I need a bigger kitchen. Someday. So another fun tool that I use a lot, just because why hurt your hands opening a can, is our jar opener. So it just slides onto the lid and helps give you a little bit more leverage when you're turning. So I'm going to put some, another fork. Put a few pickles in there. And then I'm going to add some olives. A couple different kinds of olives, color-wise. I'm going to do some black olives and some green olives. So, just to give a variety, some color. And again, if there's more people and you want to split it into a couple of bowls, that's always a good idea. You can do that. I've got some black olives. These are can opener, or jar opener. And of course, I drop it on the floor. Put it in this. Told you, messy cook. All right, some green olives in there. All right, that should be good for that. So we've got those. We've got our meats, our cheeses, our brines. So now we can start to add some of our crackers and our bread. So grab our bread. If you're using a smaller board, you can always do accent pieces on the side for those kind of things. So another product, I never thought I would use these things quite as much as I do. They are the microwave grips. Great for bowls, great for the air fryer. So I'm gonna pile our bread in here. Nice and garlicky. I can smell it. I love it. And then we've got some different crackers up here. Nothing overly fancy. Got some club crackers we'll throw in on the side over here. Black pepper Triscuits. Drop in over here. And then we want to just start filling. One of the other things I wanted to make was a dip. More of a vegetable dip. So if you like ranch dip, it's kind of going to be along that lines. But we have a great line of herbs and seasonings. Sorry, I do that all the time. I'm going to use the garlic and herb and the Italian seasoning, and we're just going to do a little dip. So if somebody, dip crackers in. I have some cucumber and red peppers here we can add to it. So I'm just going to do, it's a half a cup. Just any of the seasonings will work. Just mix equal measurements of mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, whichever you prefer, and equal parts sour cream. So this is our measure all. Solids on one side, you can measure liquids on the other. So I'm going to put that one in there. And then I am going to do it again, half a cup of sour cream. Also great if you're doing anything with peanut butter. We all know peanut butter is not always the easiest to measure. Okay, that aside. And then all together, I'm going to start, mix that. Also, if you're watching calories, like a plain Greek yogurt works as well for your dip. So I'm going to start with about 2 teaspoons total of flavoring. Again, you can mix it to whatever you like for potent. I'm going to do a little bit of that one. Of course, more garlic. It's going to be a very garlicky household tonight. This also gives another color to your palette. Okay, and since this is kind of a big bowl on here, I'm going to transfer some of it into our 1 cup prep bowl. And I'm going to place it on here. I'm going to turn my cheese around. I think it's going to get lost in there. Again, no right or wrong way to do this, just putting it together however you want. So now that we've got that, let's add, I'm going to add some red. Got some red pepper, one of my favorites. Actually a veggie my kids will eat, well, one of them. And since I have dip, that way I have something to put in my dip other than crackers, and it gives us a nice flare of color. And put that there. And maybe some around the outside edge. Just gotta be careful with the pizza peel because the one end is sloped for when you put your pizza in the oven, so we don't want to slope all of our food off of it. Put those over there. I do want to thank everybody for watching and for being patient with me. This is my first cooking video that's full length, so I appreciate everybody being here. I was playing around with a cucumber earlier and our simple slicer. I love our simple slicer. It has 3 different widths that you can cut your stuff. I used it last night actually and made sweet potato chips, so that was kind of fun. And also fried potatoes, so we do a lot of that. So you can do long slices of cucumber, roll them around. That one broke on me. Even do it as an accent. In the middle of your dip, just to give it a little pizzazz in there. If you wanted to just do almost like cucumber chips, you could cut them up and have a pile of cucumber chips to also use in your dip. Get another side going here. Not overly a huge fan of the peel, so it's just a matter of what you like. There we go. There's a good one. If anybody's like me, as you cook, the pieces you don't put on your board, you end up eating, so you're full by the time you finish up your board. So now we've got some veggies on there to go with our dip. We're going to add a few sweets. Like I said, I got some dried mangoes. These pieces are a little bigger than I usually make, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them a little bit smaller. Remember, it's kind of a finger food tray. So I'll add some in there. Wouldn't be a sweet tray without, let me grab that so my dog doesn't eat chocolate. A tray, add some dark chocolate covered almonds. I'm sure those will be the first thing eaten on our board. Okay. The other thing you can add to fill space would be grapes. Grapes are a great space filler. Again, I may end up putting some bowls on here just to keep my grapes from rolling off, but they are great space fillers. All right. So here is, let's see if I can get it without totally dumping it, my charcuterie board. I hope everybody makes one, takes a picture, posts it on there. I'd love to see it. Thinking I may do a drawing depending on how many people we get to do one. Give away something. I don't know what yet, but I've got lots I can give away. And then if you have seen something, a product that you think that you would love to have in your kitchen tonight, there's going to be 3 different ways that you can add it to your stash of kitchen gadgets. You can do, starting Monday, I'm going to start one of our new parties. It's called a shared reward party. And as people add orders to it and the party sales go up, so does the discount. So the entire party members can get up to 25% off. So I'll post more about that in our event page and on my VIP page. So there's the shared rewards that I'm doing personally for you guys, or you can host one yourself or host a regular party where you can get 50% off items, 60% off items as well as free items. And the third and my most favorite way is for you to join Pampered Chef and be a virtual consultant with me. Don't worry, videos are not mandatory. I'm just breaking out into that myself as well. So I again appreciate everybody. I promised everybody I would introduce you to George, so give me a second. Let me get my phone out of my stand. Okay. So this is George. Say hi, George. So that's my bulldog, usually at my feet in the kitchen. Actually, always at my feet in the kitchen. The one thing I did forget that a lot of people have with their charcuterie board is a bottle of wine, usually red with cured meats, but I'm a Moscato girl myself, so I'm gonna go Moscato tonight. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, has enjoyed the video, and has learned something about making a charcuterie board. Cheers.